It's your girl Gel Beauty 87 here, and today we're going to try the new NARS Soft Matte Complete Foundation. I have the shade, of course, Macao, because I wear Macao in all of the NARS foundations. So this is Macao, and this is Macao. So we first off going to swatch them all side by side, see if they all going to look exactly the same. Because that's what I'm sus about. Because remember, the Too Faced foundation we tried recently was not the same color. So, I don't know. Sorry if you hear Adriangameover in the background. He's being extremely loud and rude. I'm going to swatch the original ones first. So the first one that I know of that came out was Sheer Glow. So I got this one. I bought this one based upon Jackie Aina's recommendation. But I actually don't like this foundation at all. Like, I have an on-again, off-again relationship in it. Every once in a while, I like the way it looks on me. But as a general, I just don't like it. I don't know if it's because of the coverage. Because it has nothing to do with the product itself. I think it's just because, you know, it's called Sheer. I was kind of hesitant about it. And then, I don't know. I don't know what it is about this foundation. Some foundations, like, I just don't like them. And they look fine. It's not like they look bad or anything. I just not a fan of them. Like, I don't like this one. I don't like Makeup Forever's Ultra HD. Like, I don't like that one. But I love the velvet one, though. So, this is Macao and Natural Radiant Longwear that I'm going to swatch on my hand next. And I want to see, like I said, if all the colors are going to look exactly the same. So far they're looking a little off. Like, y'all notice this one looks to me a little darker than that one does, but they both like work, so I don't know. Then we're gonna take this last one. Thank God I'm in the kitchen because I did not bring anything to like wipe my hand on to take off these foundations. So I might just wipe the foundation on my leg, and then like when I go to do eyeshadow, get a makeup remover wipe, and then, you know, because I don't want to use either one of these fingers to mix it actually accidentally in with the foundation we're using now, and then people be like it's contaminated and the results ain't right and might not necessarily perform the same because you got like all three foundations mixed together. Although I do think it would be fun to just wear all three of these foundations to see how that would go. But this is the new one right here. So the new one matches the Radiant Long, sorry, the Radiant Longwear. That's what this is, right? Natural Radiant Longwear. Yeah. So, and then Sheer Glow is darker than those other two. So that's interesting. I guess we can swatch one side of my face to see with it. Well, no, I don't want to do that because then I had to take them off. So I use this finger for the new one. So I'm going to have to use that one for right now. And then I'm going to wipe these two on my thigh real quick because I don't want to have to get up to go get a napkin. Is that lazy? Oh, well, so be it. So I'm wiping. I'm glad I have on shorts today. Blends the skin pretty nicely. Let's rub this Radiant Longwear. And then I'm swatching. Oh, so I like the formula of the new one a little bit better than the other two I just swatched on my hand. It has a weird powdery feel to it after you rub it out. At least it is when I'm rubbing it on my leg right now. So what I'm thinking is we're going to do, we're going to spot conceal on one side. And then we're going to not spot conceal on the other side. So y'all know how I usually put concealer on to cover up all these dark spots and stuff. We're not going to do that on both sides. Because I'm trying to find a way to cut down videos like I've been telling y'all for the longest time. But been failing at miserably. So I decided I would just do like half with concealer on this side. So we can see how it looks when I normally do my makeup. And then we'll do half on this side, which is just the regular foundation. So if you're a person who just wears the foundation, doesn't need to spot conceal, you'll know how it looks on its own coverage wise. So that's what I'm going to do today. And then tomorrow I'm going to just most likely spot conceal and do it however I feel like doing this. Since that's the way I normally do it. So there's that. I'm going to take the NARS, what is it, Soft Matte Complete Concealer in the shade Almond, and put that underneath my eyes to start off with, because y'all know I've been concealing underneath the eyes to start off with, and then doing it again. I think I got that from Too Much Mouth, where you put concealer on before you put on your foundation. So, I mean, I've been liking it okay, so I figured we could try it out today. Plus, I don't know if I necessarily want to use just this concealer underneath my eyes. I always like to mix this and then like I put truffle underneath there, because y'all know I like a little bit of a bright under eye. And I mean, not truffle, I mean walnut. It has more of a yellow undertone to it. That's what I personally really like. So I'm like, I'm gonna go ahead and, you know. But on this side, where we're doing the natural foundation, I might just use this concealer and nothing else. I don't know, we'll see. But I don't want my face to be looking awkward and weird. So I might just have to go ahead and, when I highlight on my cheeks on both sides, I'll use like the walnut shade. But underneath the eye, I think I'm just going to use this for the soft matte, so we can see how all the soft matte products work together. So let me go ahead and pat. So remember, I still got spot conceal this side of my face. And then we will start on putting the foundation all over the face. So I'll spot conceal this side, then I'll put the foundation on this side first so we can see what it looks like without product, and then I'll put it on with the side with concealer like I normally do. Y'all, I feel like it's been like the shortest week of work, which I don't understand, because usually I'd be like, be taking work forever to end. Like, they be feeling like the days be long, but I don't know, this week it just feels like something different. I don't know. Now I'm just spot concealer with Fenty's 420 concealer. That's what I use this one for. I usually use the spot concealer, and then I have, I think, like 390 is the one I use to highlight my face. I'm pretty sure that's the one I use. Don't quote me now. And just cover my hot pigmentation up in the side. Ooh. But look at the mustache hairs, girl. I'm glad y'all can't see it up close, child. Whole hot mess. Now, I'm not even gonna like do it on both sides. As you can see, I only did one side. I'm trying to literally just cover up one side with concealer and the other side without concealer, so you have an idea how the foundation looks. I'm trying to decide if I just write a timestamp below on when I start actually putting on foundation, because it's probably gonna be like 7-8 minutes in, so probably more like 10, because I still gotta blend this out and then do foundation on the opposite side of the face before we get to this side of the face. And this is the side I feel like I'm just gonna like better, just because I know my dark spots and like acne are covered a little bit better. But yeah, I'm hoping I'm pleasantly surprised and like the other one better, but we'll see. I don't know. Just wait till we get there. Just like these happen. So this is what it's looking like without the foundation, and this is what it looks like after I added my concealer to my face. So concealer to my face. Okay, now let's try the foundation. So y'all know I got Macao, and I'm gonna just, I guess, squirt some on my face, because since I got all these swatches on the hand I normally put my foundation on, I can't put it there. So just try to. Ooh. Okay, so y'all saw how liquid it was and how quick it squirted out. I'm just letting it squirt out on my yeah, this is quite liquidy. Okay, I'm gonna just work with that amount right now, and then add this random leftover product and just rub it on my face real quick. Like I said, this is surprisingly more liquidy than I thought it was. I'm gonna use a brush, so let's go ahead. So today, maybe on this side I'll use the brush, and on the other side I'll use the sponge, so we can see how coverage works on different sides of the face as well. So yeah, no, I'm not gonna worry about that. I'm gonna just do the whole nose with it. Okay, so okay. So this is what the face is looking like with just the foundation. Let me go ahead and blend so we can have a better idea. I think it looks pretty nice. A little like natural skin situation. And so far I'm liking what I'm seeing. So, but this is my face looks like without the concealed sealer to, you know, be my security blanket when I put on my foundation, and it actually looks pretty damn good. So okay. So now we're gonna go to this other side that I have concealed, since that's what I normally do, and see how that's working out with this foundation too. That right there. And remember, we putting the sponge on with this one, so I'm gonna spread it out with my finger a little bit, just so you know it's not bunched up in one spot, and then you know. So there we go. That one. I think it actually squirted out a little too much for me, just to paste upon the little bit I did. So I don't know how I feel about that. I guess it's a good thing I'm using the sponge on this side, because as you can see, we got way too much foundation on this side. But that's what happens when I can't squirt it on the back of my hand and, you know, put it on my finger accordingly. So I'm hoping I didn't put on too much foundation. I'll be out here looking cakey and crazy, y'all. But I'm praying I can just spray it down and, you know, work that out. And I'm going to spray some across my entire forehead, since, you know, we're here. And chin. I feel like there's a difference in color, but that's probably because I put the concealer underneath on this side and not on the other side. I don't know, but I can see a difference in the color of my face. So hopefully when I get my powder and stuff on, you won't be able to tell. Okay, so this is the side with the concealer and the foundation. I feel like this side looks a little more full coverage than just the side with the foundation on. So I feel like to be more full coverage, I have to put like 2 layers on this side, because the concealer is giving me extra, you know, coverage that I don't have on this side. So I'm gonna put a little bit more on this side, not a lot, just like a little bit more. And right there. Since we put a lot on the forehead already, I don't need to put any other places other than like the side of my face mainly. So you see I did a little amount, because the last time when we squirted somebody, it got a little intense there, a little crazy. So okay, yeah, now they starting to look even. So you have to put 2 layers on if you don't spot conceal your face ahead of time. But I mean, if you don't need to spot conceal, it'll probably just make sense for you to put on 2 things of foundation. Y'all saw I got a spot conceal because there's a whole bunch of stuff going on in this face that is a whole hot mess. So I don't have any choice but to do that. Now again, remember, we're only going to use the soft matte products on this side of the face. So we're literally just going to use a soft matte concealer and not do the other concealer like I normally do, at least underneath the eyes. Now when I highlight my face, I'm going to highlight with the walnut shade like I always do. But when it comes to the concealer, I'm just going to conceal with this Amon's complete concealer underneath the eye. Let's have a little bit more. I heard too much mouth talking about how she uses like foundation underneath the eyes in a really lighter shaded concealer, and that she likes the way that works. I was thinking about trying it, because I'm like, you can get a drugstore foundation for like $10. So get a drugstore foundation for like $10 and then try to put that underneath the eye as like, you know, your foundation, and see if it'll like, I mean your concealer, and see if it'll give you better coverage. Because I mean, I could see how that would make sense. A foundation is supposed to give better coverage than a concealer, so if you use the foundation as a concealer, that could work. Okay, so y'all, let's highlight the rest of my face now. And I'm taking the shade Walnut, like I said, for that. It's this nice yellowy golden shade. If you want a drugstore equivalent of this shade, you should buy Deep Olive from e.l.f.'s Camel Concealer, or that new satin one they just came out with. That color is literally a perfect match for this one. And you know, those are only $6. And right now I think they're having a sale for 60% off. I know they had early access for their members, so you can get this concealer for like, you can get the e.l.f. concealer now. I think it's like $2 or $4. I believe it was like $2. Don't quote me though. And I got the new Maybelline powder too from well, obviously Maybelline, the setting powder, the banana one they came out with. I had seen it a while, but it's like I was waiting for it to come to CVS, because y'all know I like to buy all my drugstore stuff at CVS, like when it comes to makeup and stuff, because I'm like, it's gonna be cheaper, so it makes sense to buy it there. But I found out it was Amazon exclusive, so I was like, oh, so y'all forced me to go to Amazon and buy it. As y'all can see, I have super oily eyelids. My eyelids are oily right now, so. Patting that down. So I'm trying to decide if I'm going to put any more concealer underneath here or not, because I'm liking the way it looks as it is, so I think I'm just going to leave that and call it a day. And then on this side, like I said, we're going to do it the way I normally do. So that means we're going to go in with this one underneath there, along with highlighting my face. Now I'm still going to highlight under my cheeks with the walnut on both sides, but I'm just going to go ahead and not put it underneath the eye on this eye. And I also want to see if there's a difference with that too. I'm hoping I don't be out here looking too crazy, especially when I have to take my pictures for Instagram today with all the eye looks I had planned on doing, because I got a lot of mauve tone new palettes I got, and a couple of neutral ones, because I'm really not inspired to use color today. So I'm like, I'm hoping I don't be out here looking too crazy in these pictures and people be like, what the hell is going on with her face? So I'm just... One thing I hate about NARS containers is I feel like you always have to dip back in like 2 or 3 times to get like product out, because it doesn't give that much product with the stopper. I'll be kind of just wanting to take the stopper out and see if, you know, I can get more product out, because I'm like, I'm not feeling the minimal product you get when you leave the stopper in, because you have to keep pulling it in and out 4 or 5 times to get the kind of coverage that I be wanting to have. And I'll be like, look. Okay, yeah, so like I told y'all, we're just gonna highlight this part of my face with it and not the other part, so there's that. I wish I could use my NARS bronzer with this look today, but you know, I don't have it with me, so, you know, I cannot. I left it at my grandma's house when I was rushing out, but I made sure I grabbed that sheer glow so we could get an idea of the difference in the tones. So I'm going to take the bottom of it because I don't want to blend that up with the other concealer. So I'm going to start off right there and then I'm going to go across with this. So now we just want to take the sponge and go over and go around. And there you go. Okay, y'all, so I got one new product for us to try out in this video, and then I'm gonna go off camera and finish the rest of my face, and then, you know, all that good stuff. Actually, I got a couple of products. So I have the Dewy Mist. Y'all don't see the video comparing this today to something else, but I'm gonna use it today to set the powder. And the new powder I was telling y'all about is this Last and Fix Banana from Maybelline. So we're just gonna have a 2-for-1 special today and try both of them out. Cause why not? Why not? Okay, so you gotta pat this out a little bit because it's giving a little amount of powder out when you don't beat it. So this is the color of the powder. It kind of reminds me of the color of the what's that powder? The flower powder from Beauty Bakery. That's kind of the color it gives me. And I didn't necessarily like that color. I'm glad they came out with deeper shades because I like my banana powder to just be a little bit deeper. I don't know why. It's just like a personal preference thing. And look how nice that looks. Wow. I wasn't expecting it to look that nice. I mean, I don't know what the hell I expected it to look like, but it's looking like, you know, high-end powder we just stuck under your eyes, and some $10 Maybelline. Now, you can only find this on Amazon, like I was saying. So, my mom had to order some filters for the refrigerator. So, that's how I ended up, you know, ordering this. Because I was like, well, since she ordered, I'm going to just add this $10 powder in here and call it a day. So, then I did. And here we are. I got a couple errands to run today, like I was saying a little while ago. Y'all, I'm so into this powder. I'm just over here looking at myself like, are you sure this was from Maybelline? Because I'm telling you, it looks really nice. Like, really, really nice. And not that Maybelline doesn't come out with good stuff, because y'all know Maybelline is one of my go-to drugstore favorites. Like, if I need something from the drugstore, I'm trying to buy Maybelline, L'Oreal, and what's the other brand? Wet n Wild and Elf. Like, those are the drugstore brands I generally check for. Like, I don't really check for Revlon like that. Almay doesn't exist to me. CoverGirl don't want to hire no black people, so it's like, Not to mention, I was never really that big on CoverGirl either. It's probably why all the collections that they made for black people flopped. If you ain't got no black people work for you, how the hell you know we won't? Just because you consulted with some just to make this brand doesn't mean, you know, like, it's gonna work. And y'all saw it didn't work. That Spectrum stuff is clearancing out everywhere else. Look up for like, if you just hire some black people, maybe it'll last longer. Just saying. So this is the Diypansy hyaluronic powder. I think I have medium dark 3 or 4, something like that. I forgot. Y'all can go watch the luxury haul video if you really want to know, if you like care like that. I don't think you do though, so you know. Moving on. adding all these powders in. I'm feeling like I'm looking kind of dark now. So hopefully this dewy mist will hook us up and make us, you know, this stuff warm to our skin and look nicer. Go ahead and spray it. And what I like about that one is, although it's like one of those nice mists with the nice smell and pretty packaging, I can actually feel the mist on my face. Because a lot of times when I spray something and I can't feel the mist on my face, I feel like I'm gonna end up overspraying, and then it's gonna mess up my makeup and my face is gonna be too wet. So I appreciate the fact that this one doesn't do that. Yeah, I feel like I look really powdery, y'all. But again, it's partially my fault. Cause remember when I was first rubbing it to get off my finger, I was talking about how it had a powdery finish. So the fact that it has a powdery finish and I still added all this powder, it's definitely my fault. But it's like at the same time I have oily skin, and I'm like, I wasn't taking any type of risk, cause especially since I know I have to run errands. So I'm gonna spray a little bit more of this just to be safe, sis. That's right, I am. I can't believe how oily my eyelids are, y'all. That's all I keep staring at the mirror, and when I'm like pushing this powder, I'm like, look how oily my eyelids are. Like, god damn. They're almost as oily as my nose. Okay, y'all, so this is what the face is looking like. I think it looks pretty nice. I'm gonna go off camera and handle the rest of my business, and I'll check in with y'all later on tonight to see how this right here is holding up. I might do a check-in in the middle of the day too. Depends, I don't know, but I'll be back later. Okay, so first of all, update. So I have changed the lip. I had on the eye, but then I took it off because I'm about to film another eye video. So anyway, let's check out the face. So I've had the foundation on since 2 o'clock, and it's now 7:15. So I've had it on a good little while. This is what it's looking like. I think it actually looks pretty good considering my pores still feel really tight on this side. So I guess I'll be just holding the makeup up well. I did go outside, so it's not like I just been sitting in the house for the last few hours. I had to go to the grocery store and pick up some stuff, and then I came back home. So it wasn't like I did a long like journey or whatever. I do need to go to Walmart and do some other stuff, but I think I'm gonna go do that stuff tomorrow. But I am gonna wear this foundation again tomorrow. So like I might get y'all checking in too, just wearing the foundation the way I would normally wear with my, you know, extra coverage concealer on both sides and other products or whatever. It depends if y'all want that or not, because this video gonna be pretty long as it is, so I don't know if I should or not. So anyway, this is just how we're working with the face. I think it looks pretty good still, but I'll check in hopefully a little later on tonight, probably like around 10 or 11, might even be 12, I don't know. But I think it looks pretty awesome right now. But and I would definitely recommend it. That highlighter, I feel like it's holding on by a thread, and then the metallic one I put down in the middle of my face, it just disappeared. But again, you have to keep in mind that's a blush, not a highlighter. So I'm gonna put that on again tomorrow and a video tomorrow. So I might just go ahead and do this whole face again tomorrow with the way I normally do my face, and we'll see how it works. But yeah, the blush is holding up just fine. It doesn't have anything to do with this. So these are the Patrick Ta blushes. I think this is called Oh She's Different. And then I put She's Seductive in with the mix, just because y'all know I love mauvey stuff. But anyway, I'll check with you later on today. The setting spray is holding up really well too. Like, I feel like it doesn't look oily in here. My nose, y'all know, always looks oily, but the rest of my face doesn't look nearly as oily as it normally does. So I'm liking it so far. So we'll see how it goes at the end of the night. Okay, y'all, so I'm back for the last check-in of the night. So this is how the foundation is looking. Sorry, my lipstick and lip gloss is missing. I ate a whole bunch of cookies. Don't judge me. But so this is what we're looking like. I feel like the blush has pretty much disappeared. I'm finally starting to get oily in this part right here, along with the nose. But consider I had this on since, I want to say like 2:30, 3 o'clock, and it's like 12 a.m. I think that's pretty good because it's 10 hours worth of wear. I did notice when I took pictures, so I felt like the lines on my face right here were emphasized, along with the smile lines I have down here were emphasized. So I didn't necessarily like that. But again, it was like, I think 8:30, 9 o'clock when that happened. So it was like I had at least almost got a full day worth of wear, to the point where it's like when I pretty much get home, I could take it off and be fine. So I'm kind of here for it. It's a little oily up in here and here. I already said that. The highlighter that was really sparkly, or what the blush that I used as a highlighter today was really sparkly. So yeah, Yeah. Oh, if you're looking for this eye look, it'll be coming soon. I did another palette mashup. I'm really liking this eye. The only thing is, since I did it at night, I had to try to take night selfies, and I prefer to take day selfies because I feel like my night selfies never look as good as in the daytime. So anyway, the point is you'll see the video coming on this eye look soon. When I first did it, I was kind of like, I don't know how I feel, but I'm really here for it. It's definitely grown on me a bit. I feel like a phoenix or something. I just used 2 different palettes. They're not from the same brand like I normally do, so. But lately I've been branching out and doing different. But yes, I like the foundation. I'm not surprised that I like it though. I figured I would. I usually like NARS foundations after they came out with Radiant Longwear. I like that one, and then I like the one I have on now, so that works. The what's the blush? I don't know why I keep trying to talk about the blushes on my cheeks because it's like that's not a part of this at all. I feel like the setting spray did a pretty good job too because I feel like I'm less oily than I normally am. But that could be, again, because this is a matte foundation. The setting powder looks amazing. Like, I feel like it looks really nice and it set the stuff really nice as well too. So far I'm recommend just by everything I tried on. The blush is the only thing I'm going to have to actually try in the proper fashion tomorrow as a blush. So we'll have to check on that later. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this video. Remember, you all are dimes. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye. So hello everybody, it is day 2 of the NARS soft matte complete foundation review. So I'm gonna go ahead and do my makeup again the way I normally would, as opposed to doing it the way I did yesterday. Even though I halfway did it the way I normally do yesterday, but I want to do my full face the way I normally would, so you can get an idea of that. So that's what we're doing today. I'm gonna use this e.l.f. blurring serum primer. It's actually on sale right now for I think like $4, and y'all know it's normally $10. And if y'all remember, I had a video telling you that it was a dupe for the Versace Skin Tone Blur. So I'll try to remember to link it up here or put it in the description box down below. But definitely take advantage of the sale while they're having it. I was thinking about buying another one and putting it like in a future giveaway or stuff because I recommend it and like it that much. And I have not bought the Versace Skin Tone Blur since, and I haven't really picked up my Versace Skin Tone Blur since I bought this. So okay, all the sample just fell on my lap, and then the container fell out on the floor. So we're starting off lovely. Only thing I will say, this is true to Versace Skin Tone Blur. Like when you use it, it cakes up in the bottle like this, and the dropper doesn't pick up that much, and then it gets stuck. I don't know if it's because the formula's so thick or what, but let's try it again and see if it'll actually stay on my face this time. Thank you. And now you just rub the rest like this because I'm like, anybody got time? Like, look at all that that's still in there. It's stuck. It's just so annoying. That's the only thing I hate about it. But it's like I'd rather pay $10 and be annoyed, or in this case $4 and be annoyed, instead of paying like $54 and then the product doesn't want to come out, because then I got an attitude. I got like a huge ass attitude. So I'm like, okay. So let me go ahead and get the primer. I did use a spray primer as well. I used the Wet n Wild coconut primer. I think I got a little too much of this primer, but it's okay. We're gonna be fine because we need to blur as much as we can, because I'm gonna be out for a long time tonight, like 10, 11 o'clock. And it's kind of late now though. For me, it's like pretty much probably like 3 o'clock. I didn't get to sleep yesterday at all when I filmed the NARS video for you all, along with all the other Astronaut videos I did yesterday. So my body was like, once I went to bed at like 4 a.m. after I had organized stuff, watched movies with my friend, did a whole bunch of stuff, like we not getting up. So my alarm went off at 12, and it literally went off every 9 minutes. So like 2:30 when I finally got up, I was like, yeah, we need to get up and do stuff, because it's like I want to go on Sephora and JCPenney down the street from my grandmother's house and see if they have the Rare Beauty stuff in, because if they do, I'm gonna go pick that up, and then I will try that out tomorrow instead of doing the video I was planned on doing, because I was gonna try to compare the Too Faced foundation to this one, since they're both supposed to be matte foundations and they both came out recently. But I was like, if I can get my hands on a Rare Beauty in stores today, then we'll do that instead. And then I'll just order the free sample of the blush, and we can test that out another time with some other new stuff, because new stuff is always coming out. And since Kaleidos isn't coming out with a new, what do you call it, eyeshadow palette, and the free blush that they're giving like matches the color of the eyeshadow palette, I can just do that instead. So I'm hoping they have it in store, because all I really want to get is the foundation, is concealer. Y'all know I'm a complexion obsessed person, so when I saw they had complexion, I was like, I want to see how it's going to be, because I feel like a lot of time Selena Gomez's makeup isn't, you know, really a lot. to it. So I'm like, is your makeup line gonna be something I'll be interested in as far as complexion goes for those days when, you know, my skin is doing better than it normally is and I can just add powder and stuff and make it look better? Oh, I'm using the Kevin Aqua concealer to conceal like the majority of my face, because as y'all know, majority of my face has dark spots on it, or sun marks or fading or whatever. I don't know. Point is, there's a whole bunch of shit going on my face and it's not cute. So I'm trying to rectify and fix that now by doing this. And then y'all, I still forgot to bring the sponge in here and wet it, or I might have just forgot to wet it, even though I don't see it in this room, so I'm gonna have to leave, which sucks because I hate when I have to like get up and go do stuff. So yeah, because I'm like, I always be trying to be prepared, but I always be like that one thing. I've been doing this for like, I think YouTube emailed me and told me 2 years now, and it's like I still forget that one thing. And then I still feel like stuff is always falling on the floor whenever I sit down to do stuff, and it's just so annoying. I'm just over here like, oh my God, why is this happening to me? So I'm trying to blend all this in with this brush and see if we can make it like look a little bit better, because right now I just feel like I look totally crazy. It's like I know I look totally crazy. But yeah. But we just went through my normal, like, you know, foundation routine process to see how the makeup's gonna look at the end of me doing it, as opposed to the way it looked, you know, yesterday when I did it. That's the only purpose of these steps right now, because otherwise I'd have just like put it on and gave y'all like a, told y'all what happened and gave y'all a thing at the end. But I was like, I want you to see like what products I'm using and all that. So okay, let's put some concealer underneath the eyes, and then I gotta go find the sponge and wet it. So I'm gonna brush this underneath my eyes real quick. Y'all know it's just a ColourPop F12 brush. I use it for concealer. I don't know what exactly you're supposed to use it for. That's why I decided I was gonna use it for, so that's what we doing. And this one I usually just like to put underneath the eyes to start off with, and then I like to use the liquid one later on. But yesterday y'all saw I used like this one fully, completely on one side, and then I use a liquid one on the other side. So today we're just gonna start off with this one, which is the concealer that goes to this foundation, and then we're gonna go ahead and, you know. So after I pat it all this in, you go wet the sponge. I'll probably pat it all off on camera while I have already wet the sponge in the bathroom, but you know, again, I'm just letting you see the process. So I will be right back. Okay, y'all, so I blended it all in off camera like I said I would. Now we're gonna go in with the foundation. Y'all know I wear the shade Macau. So let's get into this. And I liked it better with a brush and then just adding the sponge, so that's what I'm gonna do today. I'm not gonna drip it up my face like I did yesterday because I don't have the samples in my hands. As you can see, it's quite runny compared to other foundations I have. I feel like it's one of the more runny formulas. We're gonna test out a couple more new things that I tried before. So like the Maybelline setting powder, I'm trying that out again today. So we're gonna, you know, with this foundation video you get a bonus powder review, so yay. And like I told y'all yesterday, I feel like this dries down to a more like powdery finish. So I'm trying to remember not to put too much powder on today, because I feel like my pores looked kind of cakey, but that was my own fault because I told y'all it was a more powdery formula, and then I turned around and did what I normally do, which is put a whole bunch of powder on. So that can be a good thing and a bad thing. The only thing is I just have to remember that this is just like the Marc Jacobs foundation in squeezy tube, that is more of a powder formula, so you have to, you know, be mindful of that, or else, you know, you might put on too much powder like I did. Y'all, I don't know why my eyes are red, because I told y'all I slept for like a good little while. I literally got up like half an hour ago, like washed my face, flat iron some of my hair. I need to come back and curl the rest of it, because my friend's dad's birthday party is tonight, so I have to get ready and like go to that. So when I come back from grocery shopping in a little bit, I'm going to curl the hair. I just made sure I put on the shirt I was going to wear to the party today. It says, respect, protect, love the Black woman. And it's from this brand called HGC Apparel. I believe it's Haunt Geek Couture, if I remember the name properly. Okay, so in the cheek area, the brush, I'm still feeling like I still need a little more coverage, which is shocking because yesterday when I put on the concealer underneath, I didn't feel like I needed more coverage. And they say this is like a full coverage type thing. Or maybe that's just like underneath my eyes where I'm looking. Where I feel like I need more coverage because I haven't put concealer on yet. Yeah, because it's like more up in here than anywhere else. So I'm still going to put a little bit more on my cheeks just because y'all know like that's my... Well, I think I won't because I'm going to put the concealer down and then the powder too. And yesterday I was talking about I had the cakey there, so I probably shouldn't add more foundation. And that's the only place I actually feel like I need to add more foundation. So I'm happy with that one random squeeze amount of squares on the back of my hand. That works. So let's get into this concealer now. I'm using shade Walnut, of course. I really love how yellowy and golden it is. Because I really like the idea of a nice golden bright under eye. So this is my favorite shade to use. When I saw Jackie with it, I was like, yes, please, I'll take it. So I'm going to put this all the way down here. So I kind of just been binge watching people talk about, you know, Rare Beauty. Because at first I wasn't like interested at all. I didn't care at all. But then Too Much Mouth was like, people requested her to do it. And like, you know, the foundation concealer actually was pretty decent. So that's when I was like, okay, well, I'll try those. But like, I don't care about cream blushes. I am kind of interested in eyeliner, believe it or not. Because people are saying it's really easy to work with. And the reason I don't do a lot of winter eyeliner on camera, I mean, I try it every now and again. It's just that I'm like, if it looks like shit, then I just waste all my time on this eye look, and then I have shitty eyeliner, and then I can't take the picture for Instagram. So a lot of times I'll take the picture for Instagram first, and then I'll put on the eyeliner, and then if I like the way the eyeliner looks, or it looks halfway decent, then I'll go ahead and take a picture with the eyeliner on and put it on Instagram. Like I got a picture going up soon of stuff that I used to, eyeliner in the picture, so we'll see how it goes, and we'll see what you think of my eyeliner using skill. Because Diypansy told me like one side was fucked up, like the other side was okay, and I'm like, well, yeah, it usually happens to me when I do eyeliner. Like one side turns out perfectly, and another side looks like kind of shitty. It doesn't look like super shitty like it could, but it does look kind of bad. And the weird thing is, it's the right side that always looks like shit, and the left side looks fine. And I'm like, how? If I'm right-handed, I feel like the right side should look better, but it doesn't. And then I just be like, oh god. See, I really like the brightness I feel like this yellow gives, this color of walnut gives my under eye. So, definitely here for it. I'm in such a rush that y'all, I forgot that I shouldn't have done the whole triangle underneath my eye, because y'all know I like to do like 3 sets of concealer underneath the eye. So it's like now I'm just have to randomly put concealer underneath there and like wait and do other stuff on my face. But we're gonna test out the powder again today too, so, and see if it looks any different with any other changes that I made to the face. Because I didn't make a whole bunch of changes, but you know, I wanted to use it with you all in the way I normally use it, but at the same time I was like, I don't know if some people just gonna use the soft matte products that there are, because sometimes I just do that, like whatever products go with like a line, I'll just use those together as opposed to, you know, something else, because obviously those things are gonna work better because they're all made by the same brand. I figure they should work well together if the brand is smart. Here's the last layer of concealer I'm gonna put on. I don't think I'm gonna let this one sit as long as I normally like let concealer sit, just because, you know, I got somewhere I need to be, and since I was so tired and stayed in bed so long, it's like I gotta make up for the time while I was just laying there not doing anything, and I still need to do an eye look before I go to Sephora, and then before I drive all the way to Indiana to go get gas. So you're probably about to blend this out like right now. Just because I ain't had time for it. I'm gonna do a probably pretty simple eye look, just because again, and I got time for that. So I wanted to do a palette mashup with the new mauve palettes from, what do you call it? But I think I'm just gonna go with the palette mashup I was gonna do with the Too Faced with a natural nudes palette. Is that the name of it? And then I'm going to use the Jouer like skinny dip palette just to get a shimmer out of there. So I'm gonna keep it real simple because anybody got a lot of time, y'all gonna get a simple eye look today. Plus I still gotta do the separate portion of this to add to the Milk Cosmetics video because I used the blush as a highlighter yesterday, as y'all will see in this video. And then today I'm going to use it as the actual blush, what it's supposed to be. I just I'm gonna take the cream palette out from who those people XX Revolution and use that with it, so that way because I feel like just as a shimmery one on its own, it's not gonna do much for my skin tone, but I figure if I put a base underneath it, then that might help. So anyway, we're taking the lasting fix and putting this underneath the eyes again today. So we'll see how that goes. And I thought the powder performed beautifully yesterday. Like, it looked so nice on the skin. Like, look at how nice that under eye looks. Girl, yes. And this is only $10. Like, what? Oh, I need to go try to find the Profusion foundation too at Walmart. So it's like I gotta go to Walmart, and then I need to go to the grocery store. I don't know if they're gonna have a Profusion foundation at Target, because I heard Target sells Profusion, but I don't feel like I ever see it in there. I'd be seeing like Elf and NYX and like other brands that Target carries, like Winky Lux and all that, but I'll be seeing like Profusion. So I think I'm gonna stick to trying to find the Walmart, especially since that's where OMG Lashes said she found it, because I am actually intrigued to try that, because y'all know I don't really get along with Profusion's eyeshadows that well. So I'm like, well, hopefully I can find something I like from the brand, since everybody's always talking about them. So I'm slightly putting this powder everywhere else where I did it. So okay, so this is what our face is looking like. I mean, I'm gonna set the rest of my face and do some other stuff, but for right now, this is pretty much it. So it's set to a powder finish. I'm thinking about not using the setting powder, but I do have my Mented loose setting powder in medium deep that I was thinking about trying on. So I'll probably do that off camera in certain places. I don't want to put too much on the cheeks because I still got to put that cream on there to use this in the next part. So I will check in with you all later. You just get to see what this looks like. I'll come back and show you what the full face looks like with my eye look on. And then I'll show y'all at the end of the night what it looks like. So I'll see y'all. Hey everyone, so I have returned and I have done my hair. So we got a nice little curl situation going on here as opposed to, you know, the wavy crinkly thing I normally do. But with this hair, it like curls really well. This is Yummy Hair Extensions hair. I forgot exactly what hair it is, but I have 20 and 22 in, if anybody's curious. I really like this hair. I don't like it as much as I like my D Hair Boutique and the C collection that Angela Simmons came out with them. That's like my all-time favorite hair so far, and I've only tried I think like 3 different hair companies. Sorry, I've tried like 5 different hair companies actually. It was one I didn't like. I liked Diamond Virgin Hair Company. I like Yummy Extensions so far. I didn't like the Hair So Fat, believe it or not, and I like, well, D's Hair Boutique is like my all-time favorite one. I think that's the first one I bought. So anyway, exciting news. I did go to the Sephora inside JCPenney's around where I am, and they had the rare beauty products that I was looking for. So I got the foundation in $4.50, and I got the concealer in $4.30. I'm trying to give y'all this final wrap-up situation because I got somewhere to be. My friend already told me I was supposed to already like be over there, and I'm like, well, I'm not ready. I still need to put on my eyeshadow, so I'm going to do a look with the Glam Light Pizza palette. If anybody cares, this is the Veggie Lovers. Of course, y'all know I told y'all it's a Jamaican themed party, so I'm gonna use the black and like crease. I might put the the green in the matter of fact, I'm gonna put the green all over the lid, and then put like this gold shade garlic in the inner corner. That's gonna be my eye look for this party. Oh God, I didn't hit the Glam Light, and then I mean not the Glam Light, the Glam Core Light, and then I'm gonna put on just a simple lip and call it a day. But I need to change my eye look, and then I can go and I need to put on, you know, my proper pants. I got like sweatpants on right now, and I'm like, I'm not gonna wear that to a party. I'm gonna put on some leggings. So that's pretty much it. But let's talk about my face, because that's what you're here for. All right, I just wanted to share those couple of tidbits with you. So we'll be doing the rare beauty video tomorrow instead of comparing this foundation I have on now to the Too Faced Born This Way. I'll do that Monday since it's Labor Day and I don't have to go to work Monday, thank God. But yeah, so I feel like the foundation looks really nice. Like, I'm really liking it. I like the way the blush looks. I feel like it held on pretty well, considering I did go outside, because I was outside for a little while, y'all. I went to Walmart. I went to 2 Walmarts to try to find a Profusion foundation with no success. Like, they didn't even have it sitting out yet. And then I went to Meijer to buy some groceries, and then I went to the gas station in Meijer to buy gas. And then I came back here. So I've been out for like, I want to say like 2 hours, because I left here at 4 and I got back and it was like 6. So I've been out for a couple of hours. So this is what the face looks like after a couple of hours of wear. I think it looks still pretty good, all things considered. So, I mean, I'm impressed by my face. I think it looks pretty nice. I thought it looked a little orange when I went in the bathroom, but now I feel like I look okay. But I mean, like, Macau is usually my shade as a general rule. But I feel like since I've got a little tan over the summertime, I feel like it's not matching my neck. So I don't know how I necessarily feel about that. But, you know, we're here now. It's too late. I already have to go somewhere and do something. So I like this foundation. I definitely recommend it, as long as I, you know, put my concealer underneath and then put the foundation on top. I'm definitely feeling it that way. I didn't like it yesterday when I just used the soft matte foundation on its own and then use my concealer on its own. But I want to use my Tatcha silk canvas with it instead of the primer I used today, just because I seem to like it better with this Tatcha silk canvas. Plus, I feel like when I use that, the foundation doesn't really like sink into my skin as much as it does, you know, without it. So I don't know, but I'm feeling it. Here for it. It's a vibe. Now let's talk about the blush. So I don't know how I feel about the blush. I feel like it's just, I don't know. It's just okay. It's not like I would tell you to go out and buy this. If you were curious about it and you can get it on sale, like when they have like a Black Friday sale, if they have a Labor Day sale, or, you know, like you got that coupon from Sephora for 20% off, then I'd say buy it. But I wouldn't say just buy it at regular price. Like $39 is too much for this. I don't feel like it's doing anything for me besides making this look glittery. And it's like I have highlighters to do that, so it wasn't really a necessary purchase. Plus, if you all notice, I don't really wear blush that often, and when I do, I usually reach for the Patrick Ta ones or the e.l.f. ones, or I'll use the Breonna cream ones and then put like a Patrick Ta powder one on top of that, or another powder one on top of that. So it's like I don't really reach for blush that often. And when I do reach for shimmery blush, I usually reach for like the Natasha Denona shimmery blushes, because those are the ones I seem to prefer. So this one, it's okay. I mean, I love Milk eyeshadows, but that's usually what I buy from them. I don't usually buy face products. Their highlighters are nice, but I'm just not feeling this blush dual thing. Like, I don't feel like this color works for my skin tone. Maybe if I had bought the mauve one that I wanted to get, Raw Honey, that they ran out of, then I would like it a bit better. But because it's more like a peachy nectary type tone, I don't feel like it's doing much for like my complexion. And mind you, you saw me put a cream underneath it to try to give it some more color, and I still feel like it didn't wear that well. So I'm not gonna recommend that you buy it. I mean, it's a nice color selection. If you're lighter, I would recommend that you try it out, because I feel like it'll look better on your skin tone. But because I'm dark, I feel like it didn't do anything for me. It's no purpose. I'm gonna try it out in the wintertime. A lot of times I try the lighter ones in the wintertime and they work a little bit better, but it's like I shouldn't have to like only use it during the wintertime, especially since it cost me damn near $40. So I don't recommend you try it. Wait till the November sale if you my skin tone, and then try it, because at least you'll get the discount on it. But don't pay $39 for it. That's outrageous. I thought I paid $34. I don't know why the $5 makes a difference to me, but in my mind it does. Leave me alone. But yeah, so that's pretty much it. I used the what is that setting spray, the dewy one from Patrick Ta, and I liked it. And then I used what else did I use? I used the Charlotte Tilbury one, this right here, setting spray so far, and I feel like it's actually really working with my face a lot better, because y'all notice like I'm usually a lot more oily here and here and all through here. Like this is still oily, but it's not as oily as it could be. But in all fairness, I've only had this makeup on for like 3 hours, so maybe by the end of the night when I get back, it'll look different. I don't know. But anyway, I hope this was helpful, and I hope you all enjoyed this video. Remember, you all are diamonds. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye.